Hello, welcome everybody. LCDC TV here today. As you can see, we're outside gorgeous Georgie Vyse office in the middle of Great Suffolk Street. Today I was joined earlier with Steve McNamara from the LTDA, Trevor Merrills from United Cabbies Group, to just show our bit of respect on behalf of our members. And I know there's people watching this who are absolutely heartbroken at the terrible news of George last week. So we laid a wreath here today to just show our respect for the man who had done so much for this cab trade. And there'll be people watching this thinking, Georgie Vyse? Never heard of him. I've seen him, but what did he do for the cab trade? Well, if you're watching this in your cab, and afterwards you're going to click on to Classic FM or Jazz FM or whatever you fancy, it's down to George that you could do that. Because in 1984, George went to war with the Public Carriage Office because they would not allow taxi drivers to have a radio fitted in their taxi. What drivers would have to do would bring the old radio out the kitchen with them when they went to work and stuff it under the seat or tie it to the sun visor in the cab. Ridiculous. And that's what George thought as well. But George took the metal and went up to the carriage office, said, right, I want this to be passed, and had a long ongoing battle with the PCO as it was then, under the Met Police. And eventually, with much persistence from Mr. Vyse, they did relent, and you could have a radio fitted just under your meter in the cab, but no cassettes. And he said, why? You know, people like their own sort of music, have a cassette. And the answer, I'm led to believe, from the carriage office was that drivers could make illicit tapes and put them in and subject the passengers to but, you know, thank God we're a million miles away from that, you know, archaic system run by the police there. But as I said, those who have followed on social media the terrible accident last week and the subsequent passing of George on Sunday night, God rest his soul, the funeral date will be announced shortly, I'm led to believe. But if you're passing and you come into Great Suffolk Street, there we are, come over, you know, pay your respects to Georgie, you know, give him a little tap, because he's still here. He's still here watching and listening to all you guys moaning about the airport and all that. He'll never go away. And, you know, we've got great memories of George. Known him over 30 years since I started driving a cab. And he's a good un. And he's one of the old school good uns. And the cab trade's going to be, you know, a sadder place without Georgie Vyse coming out of that door. All right, son, what's happening? Have a cup of tea. You got 10 minutes? That was George. Always had 5 minutes for a cab driver. You had a problem, George will sort it, or you know someone who'll sort it, yeah? So we all owe him a hell of a lot in the cab trade. On behalf of myself and members of the London Cab Drivers Club, I'd just like to say a big thank you, George. You'll be so missed, it's untrue, and God bless.